A man married the most beautiful woman in the entire village. However, he was born with a disability that caused severe deformities in his limbs, and he could barely speak clearly. On their wedding night, he was not even able to lift his bride's veil by himself, so she had to reveal her own face. The moment Aziz saw his wife's breathtaking beauty for the first time, he became so overwhelmed with emotion that he actually fainted. The children in the village often mocked, bullied. The person who noticed all of this was teacher Majir, a teacher who had been sent to teach in this remote village. After arriving there, he discovered that the village did not even have a school. That night, as he stared at the photos of his wife and daughter, he struggled with his thoughts for a long time before finally deciding to stay. He then suggested to the village chief that they build a school. To raise the money, he called his wife and lied that he was facing difficulties, asking her for financial help. After receiving the money, he bought all the necessary building materials at the market. Majir's sincerity touched the villagers, and everyone joined together to carry bricks and build the walls. Through their combined efforts, they eventually built a simple yet clean and welcoming school. Majir brought Aziz there and began teaching him how to read, write, and draw. He cared for him like a member of his own family. Every day, he patiently stayed by Aziz's side, helping him repeat the most basic movements over and over again. After months of practice, Aziz gathered all his strength, finally managed to call out his father's name with great difficulty. The elderly villagers watching from outside the window were deeply moved by the scene. Majir was not only teaching Aziz how to read and write, he was also helping him regain the dignity he had never been given before. Before long, Aziz's life took an unexpected turn. His father once saved an elderly man in the city. To repay him for saving his life, the old man decided to marry his daughter, Mizgin, to Aziz. The news quickly spread throughout the village and became the subject of everyone's discussion. Facing a man with such severe physical deformities, Mizgin showed no disgust or rejection. She was a kind and strong woman who believed that their marriage was part of destiny. She accepted Aziz completely, including all of his physical limitations. After their marriage, Aziz discovered that happiness and pain could exist at the same time. Mizgin took care of him every day like a family member, and her tenderness gave him a warmth he had never experienced before. However, the cruelty and prejudice of the neighbors never disappeared. Whenever the women went to the well to fetch water, they would say hurtful things to Mizgin, while the men continued to laugh at Aziz in front of others. To release the pain and frustration that had built up inside him, Aziz rode his horse to the edge of a cliff and shouted with all his strength, trying to let out everything he had kept buried in his heart. His wife silently stood beside him, watching, tears in her eyes. Whenever Aziz saw Mizgin crying, he desperately wanted to wipe away her tears with his own hands. He wanted to comfort her, but he could not form a complete sentence. So Mizgin gently held his hand and used that simple gesture to show him all the love she felt. One day, while Majir was teaching a class, Aziz saw several women in the distance pushing and humiliating Mizgin. He dragged his heavy, struggling body toward her and finally reached her side. But Mizgin could no longer endure such humiliation. She turned around and walked away. Watching his wife's sorrowful figure disappear into the distance, Aziz was overwhelmed with deep guilt and regret.